The 36th African Union Summit has concluded in the Ethiopian capital. Heads of state and government agreed to accelerate implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area. The Assembly also committed to preventing insecurity, especially unconstitutional changes of government. Here is CGTN's Gurum Chala with the details.
2 days of intense conversation among leaders of the continent. The theme of this year's summit is accelerating the implementation of the Continental Free Trade Area, and it took the longest debating hours. The incoming chairperson of the union, who is also president of the Union of Comoros, Azali Assoumani, expressed commitment to the full implementation of decisions.
Objectives that we have set forth for ourselves for the year 2023, which is the acceleration of the implementation of the AFCFTA. I shall leave no stone unturned to ensure that this becomes a reality, and also to ensure that we have peace and security, because there cannot be any development without peace.
The peace and security situation of the continent was also high on the agenda of the heads of state and government. The summit decided unconstitutional change of government will not be tolerated, but sanctions must target responsible individuals, not citizens in respective nations.
We are mindful of taking sanctions. We also do understand that economic sanctions affect the very social fiber of our respective countries. That is why we are looking at targeted sanctions, especially those who are actors of those unconstitutional change of government, so that the populations do not suffer. And we want to extend our sincere sympathy to those Africans who are suffering from this unconstitutional change of government.
Another key decision is on a debt burden many African countries are facing at the moment. The summit has proposed a reform in the world's largest financial institutions.
Some have proposed moratorium, others have proposed a complete cancellation of debt. Therefore, the issue of debt is still a pending one, and it is having a dire toll on the economic and social development of our respective countries. The issue cannot be solved in isolation, especially given the fact that international monetary and financial system do not operate in favor of our countries.
Dozens of side events were also held on situations in the Sahel, Libya, as well as Eastern DRC. The next big task now member states of the Continental Organization are facing is implementing decisions. The African Union entertains repeated critics and blames for weak performance in that regard, but many prefer to see light at the end of the tunnel this time around. Gurum Chala, CGTN, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.